AEW has the most pathetic way to bring CM Punk back, and guess what? Let's dive into it because it's quite bad. AEW reportedly has an idea to ease dressing room problems for CM Punk's return to television. It was reported April 13th, 2023, that there are tentative plans for CM Punk to make his return to AEW television following his backstage altercation with the Elite last year. However, Punk may not be appearing on Dynamite and Rampage on a regular basis. Like, how stupid's that? So their idea, right, of CM Punk returning is that he's not going to be on the main show because Dynamite's the main show, right? Rampage is garbage. It doesn't even feel like there's continuity on Rampage, right? But this is a disgrace. So it says here, of course, it was noted in March that the AEW and Warner Bros. Were finalising a deal to add a third AEW show, and Dave Meltzer says that it's a tenuous situation because the dressing room issues involving him have not been settled at all. There is talk of the rumoured Saturday show featuring Punk with AEW's roster being largely split. Meltzer explained that the idea is to ease the dressing room problems in the sense those who have not made up will be kept on different crews and wouldn't have to interact with each other. While the new show has been rumoured, it is said not to be 100% finalised according to Meltzer. The original idea was for the show to have equal star power as Dynamite. So basically what people are saying here is that CM Punk is going to return to AEW, but he's going to be on the Saturday show, just the Saturday show, with maybe the odd appearance on Dynamite. Have you ever heard something so ridiculous? Because they can't work together. And here's FTR and all those marks talking about, oh, how about CM Punk tag teams with FTR take on the Elite because there's so much heat. Aye, that's so much heat's working out brilliant for them, isn't it? Like, I mean, that's actually embarrassing. Like, see, back in the day, man, people hated each other, but they put their differences aside. Like, look at Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, right? Some of the best matches in WWE history, moments. Montreal Screwjob, albeit right, that was people can decide whether it was a work or if it was scripted or whether it was legit or whatever. But Shawn Michaels and Bret put their differences aside and worked with each other. And I get it, right? Shawn Michaels, he did the whole lost his smile thing, but they still had matches, they still had feuds. This is actually embarrassing that they're going to have to put them on different shows because some crews don't want to work with each other. It's embarrassing, right? It is embarrassing. It just shows you that there is not an ounce of leadership in Tony Khan and that he's the biggest pathetic bell end out. See Vince, he would just tell them to their face, and so would Triple H, right? Even though we've been a bit critical of Triple H on this channel, at least grow a fucking set of balls, Tony Khan, and tell him here, if you aren't going to work together, then get out the company, because you're all pish. I mean, people can talk about the Elite. AEW needs CM Punk way more than the Elite, man. Oh, but it's called All Elite Wrestling. Aye, and it's pish with the Elite in it. Kenny Omega was injured, not like, what was it, like a year ago, for like almost 9 months, and no one cared. The Young Bucks weren't on the show for like another prolonged period of time. No one cared. CM Punk goes off the show and he's been off it now for about 9 months. Everyone's like, oh, the AEW needs Punk back. JR saying, oh, they need Punk back. All these people saying they need Punk back. Honestly, man, just not a way to deal it. But then there was a tweet to Chris Jericho in regards to Punk and Jericho. A fan tweeted that Jericho had been willing to work with everyone, included a picture of Jericho and Punk, but Jericho said not everyone. So, yeah, the pro wrestling world, damn it. Chris Jericho, I am Jericho. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're always willing to work with everyone and you always do what's best for business. People are too foolish to suggest otherwise. Now, of course, it is a picture of CM Punk and Jericho, and Jericho said, not everyone. I think Jericho knows what he's doing here. I think he's trying to rile up some fans. Would I be completely surprised that he is referring to Punk here? I mean, of course, a couple of weeks ago, well, maybe it was about a month ago, Punk did the whole podcast thing, Instagram thing, where he was on about Jericho. He's just an ass kisser and all this stuff. And Jericho came out and said stuff about Punk. But I think these two would be willing to work with each other. I think it's just Jericho literally saying that here, there is some people I wouldn't work with. And I mean, I guess only time could tell who that would be. Maybe like a Brock Lesnar after the whole incident these two had between between themselves and after Randy Orton got punched at SummerSlam 2016. So, but he worked with, like Jericho's worked with Goldberg, people he didn't like, and he worked with Scott Hall. So, I don't see why Punk would be such an issue. But AEW's idea here of putting Punk on the Saturday morning slam because the Young Bucks are too afraid of him, embarrassing. That's it for Fog Wrestling. Signing out. Till next time. Peace.